Alright, here we are on our inaugural trial run for the Minnie FLX. Again, we've got 30 amp service available, but we are running solely off the battery to get a feel for how the system really runs. But I actually have, it's a Pulsar PG2300 IS, I believe, so it's an inverter generator, 1800 peak watt. Did some testing on it just to see how much it can support in the Flex, if need be. Wanted to really see the Truma air conditioning to see if it can support it. So you'll see that here shortly, and then after that we're going to circle back around and kind of hit on that again. Alright, so here we are. We're actually going to basically test out the Truma systems on the 1800 peak watt generator from Pulsar, just to see basically, you know, if this is going to be enough to support the system if need be. The batteries are running low or off grid and all that. So I already know the microwave and the fan on the AC will overload this, and we're going to see if it can basically do one or the other. So let's get the testing and find out. Go Bucks. Alright, so we're going to fire up the AC, put it on cool, turn it all the way down. There goes the generator. See what kind of pull we're getting. So this is saying 758 watts. 715. Generator is definitely cranking up, so I wonder if 1800 watts won't basically tap out, throw it into overload protection. And I'm not even sure if the compressor is kicked on the air yet. The fan's going. See if it stabilizes. So it's showing 733 watts. Let's see. But we are blowing cold, so the compressor's got to be gone. Right now that we're showing absorption charging. So interesting. Alright, so we've shut the AC off. As you can see by the other video, that at least at 1800 watts it did not overload the generator. It actually seems to be keeping up. Obviously it's really running a little higher, so it's a little bit pegged. But it's nice to know that at least with 1800 watts, that if it's getting pretty insufferable, we can still run a generator to power the AC if necessary, if the batteries are really starting to get depleted. So I'm going to try now is I want to see what kind of impact the microwave has on it. So the microwave is showing that we are pulling 1400 watts, and this is just standard microwave, not the convection or anything like that. So that hasn't tapped it out. That's good to know. Alright, so there you have it. We've run the Pulsar, I believe this is the 2300 GIS or something like that generator. It's a relatively inexpensive one, so not looking to bring along. We've got a 5,000 watt generator, but it's big, it's loud, it's heavy, a little bit overkill for the size of a trailer anyways, but still want to get an idea of 1800 watts, if it's enough to basically, you know, power the AC without overloading a smaller generator, and it seems to be totally fine with that. Actually the microwave pegs it a little bit more, but it doesn't overload it. I do know if you run both of them simultaneously, it will definitely overload an 1800 watt generator. But just the standard kind of basically, you know, running the fridge and other things, it seems like it'll be enough. So if you're in a pinch, I think 1800 watts will have you covered. And that's kind of what we got it for, is just in case we get someplace and either the battery really depletes or if there's an issue with electrical hookups, we still wanted some kind of an emergency backup, if you will. So we'll be taking it out this weekend, running it through its paces. We'll be logging everything. This will be strictly off of the battery unless it just really dies on us. then we'll hook up to power, but otherwise we'll be tracking all the usage for the microwave, AC, and all that. It's going to be 80 degrees this weekend, so more than warm enough to use it for sure. So we'll be doing everything we can in the trailer to make sure that, you know, hooking up laptops and all that. So just to make sure that, you know, or at least get an idea of what's the realistic, you know, output. I mean, I know Winnebago claims 5 days or up to 5 days, but they don't really give you an idea of, you know, what kind of usage that entails. So hoping to have that information for you early next week, and we will look forward to seeing you guys out there. Be safe. So one thing that was interesting after I did the testing, and the TV was on, and I'm not sure because the TV from what I saw from the Xantrex app only pulls 30-some watts out of the system. But the second time I kind of fired it up to see with the air conditioning, it actually did overload the generator. So I'm not sure if it was basically something to where maybe the compressor kicked on more instead of a hard start instead of a soft start, and it just overloaded in that aspect, or if it was something along the lines of, you know, with other systems on, if you're just basically just running the air conditioning, it's good to go. We'll have to do some more testing, but I think honestly the ideal situation is with an 1800 watt generator. You know, it's more than enough to power the things just daily in the system, unless you're running the AC, and then the microwave is really limited, as you saw. But I think it's just ideal to kind of use it just to basically make sure you're keeping the battery topped off if necessary, if it's cloud covered or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, as the years go on, what the system's really capable of. But you know, the plan is just to keep these videos coming and just help folks out. So we'll see you soon.